The new firmware for EM1X, EM1 Mark III, EM1 Mark II, and EM5 Mark III is now available. And this video is about how to upgrade the firmware for these cameras. Hi there, my name is Peter Forsgaard. I am an Olympus visionary and a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. Let's get right into the business. As I said in the beginning, this video is about how to upgrade your camera. The firmware, I mean. The content of the firmware is a separate video that I made a couple of weeks ago when it was announced. But now it's actually available. And let's see how to upgrade your camera. There are two ways to upgrade your camera. Either using Olympus Workspace, which will launch the digital camera updater, or if you have a newer Olympus camera like EM1 Mark III, you can use the OI.Share app to do that. And I will show the both ways of upgrading. And before we start upgrading the firmware, remember that it's always wise to have the newest firmware in your camera. Then you have all the features and everything works perfectly. And remember that lenses also can be upgraded or have firmwares that sometimes get an update. And there's also some other combinations that you can upgrade. If you have third-party lenses from Panasonic or Sigma, Tamron, you can also upgrade those if there is a new firmware available. And I will put a link in the description of this video where you can check this out. And to check out what firmware you have on your camera, go to the setup menu where it says firmware and see what the firmware is. And to check if it's the newest one, you can go to the Olympus website to see what is the newest firmware for your camera. Of course, you can always check it with the updater, but it might be a faster way just to go to the website and see the newest number or the newest version and then compare it to your camera information. And let's start upgrading the firmware with Olympus Workspace, which is the recommended way that Olympus wants us to do it, unless you will do it via OI.Share, which I will talk about a bit later. What you need is the USB cable that came with the camera. And I recommend using that because I've tried it with some third-party different USB cables, and sometimes the computer does not find my camera with some other USB cables. And also I had some trouble if I used USB-C to USB-C. For some reason it didn't work. But when I used USB-C to USB 3, then it was all set. I don't know if that's something to do with my computer, but that was a problem that I came across. And then what's really important is that you have fully charged battery. So check out that you have 100% charge in your battery. You don't want the battery to dry out during the process, because that might end up a camera that is locked and you need to send it for repair. And also if you're using a laptop, then make sure that you have enough juice in your battery for that one too, or what I recommend, plug it into the wall just in case. Once you have all things set up, plug in your camera to the computer, and this will prompt in your camera's LCD. Choose storage, and then this is the way it goes from that. And the whole process took about 6 minutes, so it's pretty fast. And now let's check how it goes with OI.Share app. And alright, now we're all set and we're all done with the firmware upgrade. That's really great because, as I said in the beginning, it's a wise thing to have the latest upgrade or the latest firmware in your camera, and also don't forget to check out the lenses too. So now it's a good time. If you didn't do that already, then take out all your lenses and check that they are also, or they also have the latest firmware. And here is a video about the new features that these new firmwares have. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.